takes that you know how to do an interview. You know how to conduct yourself. You haven't said nothing here. There's two pretty much bad. You show pure emotions by actually showing remorse for the things that you did, because we know the things that your platform has done. But right,
you is a funny ass man.
What?
This man is funny as fuck.
What I do, but we don't.
You a funny ass man.
I'm saying we don't.
You
do this.
are a funny ass man.
We don't do this to justify.
Hey, listen.
Or glorify.
Let me tell you something, Unc. You a funny ass man.
What you mean?
On folks' grave, you a funny ass man.
I'm saying we don't do this to glorify the streets, right? None of that stuff. But since you are just like the regular street nigga, you got just as many hats as the regular street nigga. You cause just as much pain as the regular street nigga. So we're gonna ask you, if you could stop anybody from joining the streets like you say, what would you tell them? Yeah, and that what you do?
Hey,
that what you do? Yeah, give them a positive message to the youth. Yeah.
Hey, yo, I just want to say this. Fuck all the gang banging ass, rapping ass niggas in Chicago. If you still gang banging and rapping, fuck you. If you leading our youth to destruction, fuck you. If you making songs, goddamn it, talking about how you killing people and you nigga, fuck you. And that's from DJ U.
Right. Listen, one thing I say, I appreciate you coming to the platform. I appreciate you addressing the fact that you lost a lot of people on the platform. Listen, if you're watching this, I just want to say this, right? People choose to say what they choose to say when they get on the platform, right? I don't per se think or say that DJ U is responsible for said homicides in Chicago, though a lot of people spoke on his platform. We can't give him 100% credit for that, not 100%. But we gotta say, if we gonna blame Adam 22 for the things that he do, we gotta also point the blame at people like DJ U.
So what do I do?
Same thing that Adam do, same thing we all do. We destroy.
Okay.
What it do? It's DOA niggas back with another episode of Putting Shit Together. Today, man, we gonna go over that 607 Unc and DJ U interview that just dropped, I think it was today or yesterday, on the Streets Unplugged podcast by 607 Unc, man. And I ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time on it, man. I probably dropped the link in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. It was actually a decent interview for real. I don't really keep up. I didn't really know exactly who DJ U was at first, because I don't keep up with all this. I really don't keep up with the bullshit, man. I don't keep up with a lot of this, I really don't keep up with none of that drill shit. No King Vine, no Lil Durk, none of that shit, man. Like, I don't entertain it. And I'm not one to promote some street shit, even though, nigga, I'm from the street. I'm from Birmingham. I'm from fucking Brown Springs in Birmingham. For those of you that know. For those of you that don't, Google Brown Springs in Birmingham, Alabama. So I'm already from a hood that's fucking thorough. I'm from a hood that's lethal. You know what I'm saying? I'm from one of the worst hoods that a nigga can come from, for real. And then I moved to Tallahassee first, but I ended up moving to Louisville, Kentucky. And my pops, he was on the ride, so we came from the hood, but by the time we got to Kentucky, we didn't really live in they hoods. We didn't live in the hood, like, you know what I'm saying? We was already kind of get apartment living, kind of on a nicer side of town. We wasn't rich by far, but you know, my parents moved to get me out of the hood, so we naturally didn't move to nobody else's hood. And I never condone moving to another nigga hood. You know what I'm saying? I done moved states a few times, and I don't never move to nobody's hood. I got my own hood. But Louisville, Kentucky got its own rap by itself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm no stranger to the fucking hood politics. I already did. I already held it down in the streets. I got stripes. So I don't really keep up with nobody else's streets like that. If I travel to a place, I might link up with niggas who, you know, is fucking around out there. But really now I'm older age, bro, I ain't fucking around on nobody block like that. Like, nigga, I done seen everything I need to see. So I really didn't know who DJ U was, but that kind of segues into why I'm covering this video, because I was kind of happy to see that DJ U was keeping it real, man. Like, apparently DJ U has interviewed a lot of dudes in Chicago who ended up getting killed after they did interviews with him. He was actually King Von's DJ. You know what I'm saying? Which is something I didn't know before watching this video. So he's seen a lot of shit himself, seen a lot of death himself, and he was very remorseful. He got choked up on here a couple of times, few times, shed several tears during this interview. And he actually said, man, if you out here promoting that violent rap and all of that shit, fuck you and all of that. So he really stood on business, and I felt like he was very respectable as far as how he handled that. But one thing I wanted to highlight was the ending of this interview and how 607 Unc did a few things that I wanted to point out to y'all, as far as like shit that I don't condone and don't think that 607 Unc should have did. But we gonna go ahead and play the video so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Then I'll come back and give my takes on it.
Point is, I interviewed some kids about what they got going on in the streets. And I had no clue what they had going on in the streets. You feel me? But the shit they shared with me on my platform was some that was really going on in the streets. And I was uploading this interview while I was backstage at the concert. And while I was uploading, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn. Smirk told me to stay away from and I'm backstage uploading some like, you know?
With Smirk.
And so I say that to say sales. You feel me? And it's hard to maneuver out of that space when you're trying to make a living for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I could have a intellectual Harvard graduate, you feel me, PhD, master's degree interview. It might score 20, 30,000.
Finish.
But let me do let me interview a teenage ass crash out. You feel me? A little boy that's 14, 15 years old, running around the hood with a gun in his hoodie.
Right.
I'm doing $250,000 in 24 hours.
Why is that?
You tell me. But these are the things that I observe, you know what I'm saying? And these are the things that make my business.
Right.
So I know the last time me and you talked, I said, man, Unc, I'm trying to get away from that drill. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to, you know, like, move forward. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to expand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's hard.
Right. Let me ask you one question. This is a question I want to ask you because, like, you know Dirk, right? And this is like the last question I want to know, guilty or not guilty? From your point of view, not in the sake of like guilty, like committed to homicides, right? Like did that. We're not talking about the trial. We're talking about the person, right? As far as like the same thing that he told you, do you think he should have told that to himself? Guilty or not guilty? Is he guilty of the same thing that DJ U is guilty for, that I'm guilty for? Right, before he's even guilty in the courtroom.
King Von up a lot of people's lives.
Wow. That's enough to say it all. Listen, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This has been a crazy episode, Streets Unplugged. You know, we had to plug the streets in live from Chicago, right? Listen, DJ U, we appreciate you coming on the platform, gang. anything you need to say, what we expecting from your platform when you coming back, how's it coming
I
back?
appreciate you, Unc, and I apologize, if I came off away.
No, you had to come up how you
know what I'm
come.
saying?
I had to get that. I had to get right, and I apologize too. Sometimes you can grill a motherfucker kind of hard, but at the same time,
It was cool. I ain't.
we gotta know though. We gotta know because like a lot of times, nigga, you DJ you.
I hate that I'm emotional like this.
Nah, but you big. You the biggest thing in Chicago. You competed. You gotta feel good competing with no jumper fresh out of Chicago.
That's what I'm trying
You
to tell you.
competed with everybody.
That's
Nigga
what
from
I'm,
Chicago, you
that's
did
what I'm
everything.
trying. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Unc. It ain't about that. That's not what I'm on.
Right. I get that part.
You feel me?
I get that part. I respect.
Them, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, my objective is to make a difference.
Right. You don't think you made that difference?
I feel like I've made a negative influence. I've made a negative impact.
Nah.
But listen, I know we rapping
How
up.
many rappers built themselves off that platform? That's
It
your
ain't
platform.
many rappers that built themselves off DJ U TV
Yeah.
platform.
Yes,
It's
they
more
did.
rappers that died than
But
it's
they
more
music went
listen,
up.
Listen. I know my platform. You feel me? There's more that done died on my than it is niggas that done succeeded from my bro.
It's only in a sense you look at it. They music went up. They had a great time before they died. I'm keeping it real. They was up. And shit ain't funny. They was up. They was doing good. DJ, no, I ain't trying to be funny. DJ U brought them that fame because that's what they wanted. You gave them exactly what they wanted, exactly what they needed, and they had to kill them. It ain't your fault. It ain't my fault. Listen, I just had a nigga on my platform.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I don't mean to cut you off. I'm talking to the people real quick. Because they don't even know.
Oh, they know you a piece of shit. I mean, they know you DJ U.
Nah, they don't know. Like, this got me over here in tears, but like, this ain't the first time. You feel me? We had really made us a real good interview one night.
And you lost it.
Nigga, the you sent me back was bogus. Stop playing with me, Unc. Damn. Why, motherfucker?
Listen, every time I see you something back, you say it's bogus, but I'm just
It be
learning.
bogus as hell. That's why I had to come.
I had to stop that right there because I want y'all to notice how 607 Unc is deflecting him from being able to speak this positivity that he's trying to speak. Bro then got emotional again, and he's saying he's not even on this shit where he's trying to peddle this toxicity, peddle this violence, this bullshit in order to grow his platform bigger than No Jumper or whoever else is doing this death dealing that they tend to do. You know what I'm saying? To get large out here in this industry that we in right here. And he wants to be positive, and he feels like he's negatively affected a lot of people where he wants to do something different. But see, here's the thing. 607 Unc has jumped out here in this space, and he is pretty much justifying what he's doing. That's why he don't want bro to speak that piece, because he knows that it's going to wring his heart as well. And he wants to keep a tough exterior to this shit so that he can run his bag up. That's what you see 607 Unc doing right now. And for those of you that's familiar with 607 Unc, when he came out, you know, of course he was talking about he wrote Nelly's shit and Nelly owed him some money. So you got the motivation for it right there, is that he's out here trying to recoup some bread. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to get a bag off this shit. But he was speaking a lot about spirituality and shit like that. I mean, a lot of it I won't get into that in depth right now, but it probably wasn't doing quite the numbers that he wanted to see. It wasn't granting him the type of funds that he probably wanted to see from jumping podcast to podcast. So now he done found his little lane, and he's interviewing a bunch of niggas who's talking a bunch of street shit, violent shit, all this cockamamie shit. But at the end of the day, most of them's all trying to become rappers, you know, which, I mean, in some respect, it could be commendable, but niggas act like they then made $1 million on the street, or that was doing all of this in the street. But bro, at the end of the day, you trying to rap. So am I to think that you really was getting money in the street if at the end of the day you trying to parlay all this shit into rapping? But if you was really cool with what you was doing in the street and you was really eating, well, then why'd you stop? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these niggas was just hungry crash outs. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to find a lane where they can get a bag in, but they don't mind promoting violence. They don't mind exalting violence. You know what I'm saying? And in the end, you know, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. So they meet their demise a lot of times through violence. So you see DJ U trying to pivot and make a positive change, but you see 607 Unc don't really want to hear that because he don't want to have to wear the responsibility that comes with it. Like, bro, you really out here tearing down the community with what you're doing in your platform when you could be doing something to uplift. And it's probably going to be more of an uphill battle than it is to just be out here dealing in death. But like, it's going to be better for your heart and your spirit in the end. So let's see how this ends up playing out.
Come get with you.
I'm just learning, gang. It ain't like I know what I'm doing.
But I'm spending my money on your learning expenses.
Yeah, but nigga, I do it over. I repeat. You know that.
You do, and then we'll
yeah, I
talk about that
repeat.
later.
I don't know what nobody is. That shit was still right. I told you it was ass. You want to put out a clip. Nobody want to see no clip. You can put out a full interview with trash. They gonna watch it. They watch my trash when it's full. They ain't gonna watch my trash when it's clip.
Right.
They don't watch no clip trash. Listen, but we appreciate you coming, man. Listen, if y'all want to see more DJ U, I'm telling him to join the network. But he's so weird when it comes to joining the network. He wants to have his own thing. He got his own thing coming. But I'm trying to build something, and he's trying to build something. I think we should collide and join the network. But it's like I'm not trying to be nobody's boss. I'm trying to be partners. I'm trying to partner with.
No, it's all good. At the end of the night, I just want to say I appreciate you, Unc. And if I could just leave a message to those that's watching, you know, because I just got a little emotional on this motherfucker. I know they go clip it and
you up, you lit. Yeah, you up. We viral. How's that about, baby?
Yeah, I just gave you a good one. But what I'm trying to say is, take care of your mental health. That's for everybody.
So
I'm steady laughing, but I'm dead ass serious. Like,
so DJ, you retarded.
why he laughing for? Why he laughing?
So you said we out of this bitch. Streets unplugged.
Why he laughing for? I'm trying to give him.
And you see what Unc did when a nigga's talking about taking care of your mental, because obviously bro is tormented by the deaths that he done seen, the deaths that he done, you know, I don't want to say facilitated, but in a way, that's how he feels about some of the choices that he's made as far as utilizing his platform. And Unc laughs. Instead of letting bro get that real message out at the end, Unc laughs. And before he even attempts to get that out, he like, yeah, bro, this about to go viral. We viral. This going up. You know what I'm saying? So you can see where Unc's focus is. It's on just running the numbers up instead of the potential message that DJ U can put out to help make a positive change out here in his hood and the hoods around the fucking nation and the world. You know what I'm saying? So that was very telling. That was a very telling interview, and I encourage y'all to go watch it, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't just straight trash like a lot of this other shit is, just promoting violence and all of that. DJ U was trying to bring about some positivity throughout the whole interview. So you know, if you get some time, go watch it. If you're interested in it, go watch it. But I just wanted to point that out. And obviously 607 Unc is, you know, older than DJ U is, should be like an OG to DJ U, but instead of him commending DJ U for trying to make this positive message and deliver it, he's laughing at him, man. He's trolling him. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate that we got niggas out here that is so hungry that they would rather just do what they need to do to run the bag up rather than direct their message to help improve with a platform, you know. And that just stood out to me because I'm a dude who's I'm not in front of this mic for no money. I used to rap. I still do rap, to be honest, but I never rapped to get money. I ain't never picked up a mic to get no money. Like, but I'm a nigga who always feel like I can make something out of nothing. So I've never really been pressed to chase a bag like that, to do anything that I didn't feel like I should be doing to get a bag. I actually came out of high school with a full ride scholarship for biomedical engineering. I went to the number 4 engineering school in the nation, and something in that pursuit even didn't feel right to me. So that's why I ended up leaving that. I never finished getting my master's in biomedical engineering because it did not vibrate with where I felt like I needed to be. So I left the bag on the table doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then I pursued rap just off the artistry itself and to promote a positive message. So a lot of my raps, man, if you hear them, like, bro, I'm trying to kick real shit. You know what I'm saying? And like now, this podcast too, like, man, I know that I could cover a lot of garbage, a lot of trash, a lot of negativity, and it's probably gonna do hella numbers, but I'm on a slow uphill climb. You know what I'm saying? And like my dad used to say, man, ain't no mountain for a climber. So I know I can get to where I want to be as far as the reach goes, from doing it the way that I feel like chimes with my heart. So I commend and salute DJ U for doing that shit, man. 607 man. I really I can't rock with what you just did right there. You know what I'm saying? But I try to wish all my people the best, man. I hope that, you know, y'all get what y'all want up out of this thing, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully don't compromise yourself in the process. But man, for all those who tuned in, man, rock with me, man. Y'all hear a little bit of about what I'm in it for. And I just encourage you to continue to support, you know what I'm saying? Share, run the hype button if they show it to you, because I could tell you right now, they're going to hold me down. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So they already know me. When I step on any platform, the powers that be know exactly who's in the building, man. So they always going to throw me under the rug. They going to hide my videos. They going to hide the hype button. They going to do all of that. They going to make it look like my views is low, even when there's more people viewing it than what they showing, all that shit. So, you know, and it don't deter me or discourage me, but man, I could sure use y'all help in fighting through that and basically busting through the glass ceiling, man. So as always, man, it's a pleasure having y'all tune in. It's peace and love and light, wisdom and insight, DOA, putting shit together. To the next episode, y'all. Peace.